NYIT is a community service of the New York Institute of Technology.
Covering the news of Nassau and Suffolk Counties, Long Island News Tonight with Ken Eckhart, Carol Peck, and the award-winning LI News team.
Good evening. I'm Ken Eckhart, and here's what's happening. Well, no new discoveries reported today in the ongoing search for bodies on Long Island's South Shore. So far, 8 sets of remains have been uncovered, including 3 sets just this week. Police have been searching since December for the body of New Jersey prostitute Shannon Gilbert, who was last seen alive 11 months ago in the area. Police say they suspect the bodies may be the work of a serial killer. New York Senator Chuck Schumer says there's a glimmer of hope in talks to resolve a budget stalemate. But at the same time, he says the Tea Party will be to blame if negotiations fail and a government shutdown happens. Schumer says he believes Republicans, driven by Tea Party supporters, are being unreasonable in the areas of federal spending that they want to cut. Schumer says that Tea Party-backed GOP lawmakers have demanded the cuts be in a very small portion of the budget, such as student aid, scientific research, and public broadcasting. But he also says some progress was made in talks on Capitol Hill late last night between House Republicans and Senate Democrats. Meanwhile, the Obama administration is warning that a government shutdown will have broad economic impact, halting the processing of tax returns, reducing access to small business loans, and limiting access to government-guaranteed mortgages during peak home buying season. The administration said today that the Internal Revenue Service would suspend the processing of paper tax returns. The Federal Housing Administration, which guarantees about 30% of home mortgages, would stop guaranteeing loans. And the administration says the shutdown would also close national parks and affect about 800,000 employees. A Long Island man apparently tried to avoid the high cost of gasoline by simply not paying for it. It's reported the motorist pulled into a USA gas station in North Babylon Monday morning and filled up with $91 worth of gasoline. And the attendant says the customer just sped off without paying. The attendant jumped into a vehicle and followed the customer, and state troopers pulled over 22-year-old Christopher Bullock of West Islip and placed him under arrest on the Wantagh Parkway. Bullock is facing charges including driving an unregistered and uninsured vehicle, operating with a suspended license, and switched license plates. Well, one man was killed and another hospitalized after the bicycle they were both riding was struck by a hit-and-run driver this morning. Nassau County Police say the accident happened a little past 6 this morning along Hicksville Road in Bethpage. They say both men were riding on the same bicycle, which police suspect may have been hit by a white box truck that then drove off. One of the men died about an hour later at a nearby hospital. The other is hospitalized in serious condition with internal injuries. Well, imagine a school where students take what they've just learned about a particular subject and turn it into a song. That's what happened recently at one Long Island school, as Adrian Lazovic reports.
Firefighters save our home. They are heroes.
Students at the Archer Street Elementary School in Freeport recently had the opportunity to become recording artists. With the help of the Bierko program, the students combined their ideas and knowledge on a particular subject, turned those ideas into song lyrics, and sang them in unison to produce a record. The main agenda behind this program isn't to produce the next Justin Bieber, but to help kids excel as students by keeping music in school.
So it's not just about songwriting, it's also about how to use what we're teaching through song in the rest of the classroom.
Founders Scott and Beth Bierko say the program is designed not only to help the kids become better writers and overall students, but to also increase their interest and desire to be in school.
Builds their energy, it builds their focus, it gets them excited about what they're studying. Black History Heroes.
Yamilet Peralta, a fourth grade student, was able to speak firsthand about the song she produced called Black History Heroes and what she learned from it.
A lot of Black History people did lots of things for us, for the world, and they wanted like peace and like everyone to be together and everything.
It also appears that using music as a tool to help educate young people comes with a very nice added bonus. The students enjoy it. Every student who has the opportunity to participate in this musical program not only walks away with an educational lesson, but they also get a copy of the music that they recorded on CD. In Freeport, Adrian Lazovic, LI News Tonight.
It was an up day on Wall Street today. The Dow finished the day up almost 33 points. NASDAQ was up 8 2/3 points. And the S&P was up just under 3 points. NYIT's LI News Tonight continues after this.
See a screening of the film To Live at New York Institute of Technology's D. Seversky Center in Old Westbury on Wednesday, April 13th at 5:30 p.m. For more information, call 516-686-7567. Take the kids to Orient Beach State Park's 22nd annual Egg Hunt in Orient on Saturday, April 16th at 11 a.m. For more information, log on to www.nysparks.com. Learn about the history of the Setauket Village Green on a Three-Village Historical Society walking tour on Saturday, April 16th at 10:30 a.m. For more information, call 631-751-3730 or celebrate Asia's rich heritage at the 5th Annual Asian American Cultural Festival in Roosevelt Hall at Farmingdale State College on Saturday, April 16th from noon till 9:30 p.m. For more information, call 631-754-6640. If you have an event you'd like included on the LI News Tonight community calendar, send it to linewstonight@nyit.edu.
Press play to start your future. Learn the industry. Use the technology. Become an expert in television reporting, journalism, radio, digital film, public relations and advertising, television production, digital graphics, a beautiful state-of-the-art campus, a road to the job you've always wanted, in the media capital of the world. Communication Arts at NYIT. When can you start?
In world headlines today, even though workers at a Japanese nuclear plant have been able to stop a highly radioactive leak into the Pacific, it's clear that their work is still far from over. Now they're getting ready to inject nitrogen into the facility to try to head off any new hydrogen explosions. A senior UN radiation expert is now ranking the Japanese nuclear accident in between those that occurred at Chernobyl and 3 Mile Island. But the chairman of the UN Scientific Committee on the Effects of Atomic Radiation says it's still too early to make a full assessment in Japan because the Japanese crisis is still ongoing. Italian news reports say that a boat crammed with immigrants has capsized off the coast of Lampedusa, a tiny Italian island close to North Africa. News agency reports say about 200 people were believed to be aboard the rickety boat. Coast Guard officials who intervened to rescue the boat have saved about 47, while the rescue efforts were still going on for the others. Reports say today's operation was hampered by strong winds and rough waters. Thousands of people, mostly Tunisians from North Africa, have arrived on Italy's shores, fleeing the turmoil that has been engulfing their region. And Britain's High Court has set a July date to hear an appeal by WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange against extradition to Sweden to face sex crimes allegations. In February, a judge ruled that Assange should be extradited to face allegations of rape and sexual molestation against two women, rejecting arguments by Assange's lawyers that he would not get a fair trial in Sweden. Assange denies wrongdoing and is out on bail at a supporter's rural mansion in eastern England. Meanwhile, authorities in the United States are investigating whether WikiLeaks violated U.S. laws by releasing tens of thousands of secret government documents. A Long Island gas station attendant has been charged with skimming customers' credit and debit cards and even photographing customers typing in their PIN numbers. Police say 20-year-old Danny Diaz of Medford is an attendant at a gas station on Route 112 in Medford and used a skimming device to steal debit and credit card numbers, along with a camera hooked up to a computer to capture images of customers swiping their cards and using their PIN numbers. When arrested Monday night, police say Diaz had a fraudulent Department of Homeland Security permanent resident card with him, along with a fraudulent Social Security card. A new report says teenagers don't see much of a problem with daily heavy drinking. The study released today by the partnership at drugfree.org says teens don't see the big deal about downing 5 or more alcoholic drinks nearly every day. When asked if they see great risk in drinking that much, almost half the teens questioned, 45%, said no. The study also shows upward trends in marijuana and ecstasy use among young people in grades 9 through 12. According to the study, teens said the top reasons for drinking were because it is fun and so they won't feel left out. A Long Island man has died after a single vehicle accident, and police say it may have been caused by a medical emergency just prior to the crash. It happened last night on County Road 83 in Mount Sinai. Police say 65-year-old John DeBella of Mount Sinai was driving by himself when his vehicle hit a utility pole at a slow rate of speed. DeBella was pronounced dead at a nearby hospital. And a Long Island man has been charged with promising to obtain union membership for victims, taking their money, then doing nothing. Nassau County Police say 51-year-old Michael Alaka of Bethpage was arrested on grand larceny charges. Police say Alaka promised to obtain a union book and full union membership benefits for the victim in exchange for a cash payment, with no intention or ability to do so. And police say he did the same thing with numerous other victims. Alaka is also facing fraud and violation of parole charges. Well, roadkill found in a western New York county has now been identified as an animal that hasn't been seen in that area for about 100 years. A man driving last Saturday night in rural Monroe County reportedly spotted the roadkill in a town west of Rochester. The animal has been identified as a fisher, described as a weasel species that disappeared from much of upstate New York during the last century. The fisher measured 45 inches long and weighed about 15 pounds. Fishers were reintroduced to the Adirondacks and Catskills in the late 1970s. Yesterday, the carcass was given to the Department of Environmental Conservation, which confirmed that the animal was a fisher. After some morning sun, skies turned cloudy this afternoon. Then the sun reappeared late afternoon. Today's high was up near 60 degrees. Tonight, showers expected with a low down in the low 40s. Tomorrow, some morning showers with a high around 50. For Friday, rain is expected with a high up near 50. Saturday, a mix of sun and clouds with a high in the low 50s. And the outlook for Sunday, a cloudy day but milder with a high up near 60 degrees. And that's it for NYIT's LI News Tonight. I'm Ken Eckhart. Thank you for watching. We'll see you again tomorrow. Have a good night.